What if I told you one single photo taken at 3 a.m. in a London nightclub just detonated the entire tennis internet and nobody knows if Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu are friends, something more, or just two champions playing with fire? Stay locked because in the next 5 minutes the truth gets wilder than you think. Welcome to All Sports Updates, where we don't whisper rumors, we chase facts until they scream. Last Saturday night the ATP and WTA seasons were officially done. The trophies were polished, the rankings frozen, and two of the youngest Grand Slam winners on earth decided rules no longer applied. Carlos Alcaraz, fresh off defending his world #1 spot, flew straight from Turin to London. Emma Raducanu, finally healthy and smiling again after 2 years of injury hell, through the afterparty everyone begged to crash. By midnight the guest list read like a junior slam draw. But by 3 a.m. the only two people anyone could talk about were standing shoulder to shoulder in the VIP booth while the DJ dropped old-school Spanish house just for Carlos. One photographer with a long lens caught the moment Alcaraz leaned in, whispered something that made Raducanu throw her head back laughing, and then, boom, his arms slid around her waist for exactly 2 seconds. 2 seconds that have now been viewed 47 million times and counting. That single frame hit X at 4:12 a.m. London time. By sunrise the comments were split down the middle, half screaming, "New power couple just dropped," while the other half swore it was nothing more than two Spaniard-speaking kids finally relaxing. Except Emma isn't Spanish, she was speaking Romanian to her mom on the phone an hour earlier, and Carlos was overheard telling his brother, "She's the only person who truly gets the pressure." The internet didn't care about facts. Within hours fake screenshots of DMs were flying, fan edits set to Lana Del Rey racked up 10 million views, and betting sites opened odds on whether they'll be pictured together at the Australian Open. Meanwhile both teams went radio silent, which in 2025 is basically confirmation of guilt. Here's where the story flips. Sources inside the club say the waist touch wasn't even the spiciest part. At one point the lights went red, the music cut for 5 seconds, and when it kicked back every phone in the room saw Alcaraz pull Raducanu onto the center platform for an impromptu dance-off against Andy Murray and his girlfriend. Carlos won, obviously, then handed Emma the imaginary trophy and bowed like she was royalty. Murray himself posted a blurry story captioned, "These two are dangerous together," and deleted it 10 minutes later. That deletion alone added another 5 million views to the chaos. Even Jannik Sinner liked the original post before the delete, petty or shading nobody knows. So where are we now? As of tonight neither Carlos nor Emma has said a word. Their agents are in full lockdown, but flight trackers already caught Alcaraz's private jet filing a route to Bucharest tomorrow morning, Raducanu's hometown by the way. Coincidence? Training block? Christmas markets? Or the start of the most electric off-season story tennis has ever seen? One thing is certain, the boring days of polite handshakes between the ATP and WTA just ended. Drop your prediction in the comments. Are we watching the birth of tennis's golden couple or the greatest friendship the sport never knew it needed? Like if you're staying up for the next photo, subscribe to All Sports Updates because the second that plane lands we'll be live with the update. The night out is over, but the gossip is just getting started. Rain starts soft, then needles. They sprint 3 blocks to a late-night gelateria glowing neon pistachio. The owner, a retired cyclist, locks the door behind them, VIP treatment. Carlos orders stracciatella. Emma picks lemon sorbetto sharp enough to cut glass. They sit on the counter, legs dangling, spoons clacking like ball on strings. He dares her to name 5 things she hates about fame. She fires back 5 things she loves about pressure. Laughter bounces off stainless steel. A radio in the back crackles with ATP highlight reels. Carlos mutes it with a tea towel. Emma draws a tiny heart in condensation on the window, adds C+E inside. He snaps a Polaroid with an ancient camera the owner digs out, tucks it into her palm like a match point. Sirens wail somewhere, paparazzi swarm increasing. They exit through the kitchen, past towering sacks of hazelnuts, into an alley where their driver idles. But Emma pauses, pulls Carlos under a rusted awning, rain drumming their shoulders. She rises on tiptoes, plants a quick kiss on his cheek, camera ready, platonic, but the electricity could power the O2. His eyes widen like he just saved championship point. The driver honks once. They tumble inside, soaked, giggling, gelato smudged on sleeves. All sports updates dropping the hottest scoop. Did Raducanu just friendzone the world number 2 or light the fuse? Midnight bleeds into the witching hour as the Fiat climbs toward the Superga hill. City lights spread below like a lit stadium. Carlos spreads a picnic blanket on the wet grass. Somehow he stashed burrata, focaccia, and sparkling water in the trunk. Emma kicks off her sneakers, curls toes in cold mud, declares it grounding. They lie back, shoulders touching, counting satellites instead of ranking points. He admits nightmares about double faults. She confesses panic attacks before finals. Vulnerability traded like forehands down the line. Then the surprise. Carlos pulls a tiny box from his sock. Inside, 2 enamel pins shaped like tiny rackets, one with C, one with D. He pins hers on the hoodie she's still wearing. So even when we're oceans apart, we're on the same string. Emma's breath catches. She pins his on his cap brim. A shooting star streaks. Both shout wishes at once, refuse to tell. Downhill, headlights swarm the jazz club they left. The chase is on. Their driver guns it, tires spitting gravel. Emma's phone, finally switched on, explodes with notifications. #Alcaraz Raducanu trends worldwide. She silences it, turns to Carlos. Let them talk. Tonight's ours. He laces fingers through hers, squeezes once. The car plunges into a tunnel, lights strobing across their faces like a hype reel. 3 a.m. hits like a tiebreak. Back at the hotel service entrance, security forms a human wall. Carlos slips the guards a wink. They part. Inside the elevator, mirrors reflect 2 kids with wet hair and shining eyes. Emma pulls the Polaroid from her pocket, flips it over. On the back, Carlos scribbled coordinates to the Gelateria and, same time next year? She nods before the question finishes. Doors ding open on the penthouse corridor. Housekeeping left warm cookies. They devour them cross-legged on the carpet, chocolate smearing chins. Then the moment that breaks the internet, Emma's agent FaceTimes, emergency meeting at 8 a.m., brand deal worth 7 figures, but it films in London tomorrow. Carlos' coach texts simultaneously, optional practice at 6 a.m., but Alcaraz Sr. wants film study. Their bubble pops. Eyes lock across cookie crumbs. He speaks first. We choose us or we choose the game? She answers by stealing the last cookie, breaking it in half, fair split. They pinky swear a pact. 1 more hour, no clocks. Lights dim to emergency strips. They curl on the couch, her head on his shoulder, his arm around her waist, Turin's heartbeat thrumming through glass. Dawn creeps pink over the Alps when the fire alarm shrieks. False drill, but staff evacuate. Carlos grabs 2 hotel robes. They join sleepy players in the lobby. Someone livestreams. The clip of them holding hands in matching robes hits morning shows before coffee brews.
Fans lose it. Remember their US Open fling? That electric partnership that lit up Arthur Ashe, laughs echoing louder than crowd roars, even in defeat to Draper Pegula. They promised fun, delivered fireworks. Now, months later, reunion confirmed. But why now? Sources whisper Alcaraz personally pushed for the mixed format, agents scrambling to pair them again. Emma's camp? Silent at first, then a cryptic Instagram post, a rock emoji, a heart. Coincidence? The timeline screams no. Rewind to post-US Open chaos. Alcaraz shuts down romance rumors hard. I'm single, focused, he tells reporters after ATP finals, brushing off Raducanu links like loose clay. Yet here they are, voluntarily sharing a court in December glow. No Grand Slam pressure, just pure exhibition vibe, neon lights, DJ beats, fans chanting their ship name Rajikaras. Insiders spill late-night texts planning strategies, but conversations veering personal. Emma opening up about injury scars, Carlos sharing family pressures in Murcia. Their chemistry? Undeniable since 2021 Wimbledon chats as teens. She watched his breakthroughs, he cheered her comeback. That mixed doubles invite from him? Not random. He asked early, she hesitated schedule, recovery but said yes with a wink. Now, wedding rumors swirl from a blurry fan pic, Emma adjusting a necklace that looks suspiciously ring-like,